Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. Siege of Ironforge has been a lot of fun. I truly enjoy the encounter design in this one. Obviously being a siege and not a raid, it's much lower level, so that means that you can also outlevel it, at least until the level cap hits in, and that opens up some opportunities to solo this content as well. And I have now soloed the entire siege of Ironforge, and in this video I'm going to show you how and what armies I use to do that. So generally it's pretty much various death ball type strategies that work in this one because the bosses lack a full board wipe, but that does not mean that it's always easy. Especially when you're soloing, you need to make sure that the boss's counter push does not kill you, and this is what the siege looks like in action. So first up we have the Thiefcatchers, and for this one I'm going in with the same boss that I used also when doing this as a duo, so I'm going in with Tyrion, trying to build some kind of a Tyrion death ball. You could theoretically push just straight through the middle and fight there and win the whole thing, but the counter push with the Defiance Bandits and the Griffin Riders is actually probably going to kill you unless you have enough DPS. We have done that as a duo. So that we just push through the middle and kill the boss, but I don't think I have enough DPS when going through this solo. So that's why I'm working on getting some of the towers first and trying to defend as well. Come on, Chimera. Push. Oh no, I was a little too late. Oh, I was actually perfectly on time with the Dark Iron Miner. The Chimera did survive. And then I'm sending out an Armored Abomination. And that way, I just want to take these towers first. Once I have the towers firmly secured, then I can start working on the bosses. There's those 3 bosses, 2 of them are just going in a square shape on the sides, and they also journey to the middle, so that's why you can just push through the middle, because all the bosses will eventually be there, so you could fight them all there. But we're just working on getting some of towers first. Tyrion also an excellent tank, especially with the Divine Shield talent, because Divine Shield talent is the best tank talent in this game. It just makes Tyrion completely invulnerable for a time, and that's super effective. There's one of those polymorphs. The polymorph with the explosion talent is the most significant mini available to the bosses in this map. But yeah, as long as you don't have a lot of squads, because if you go in with like batlings and stuff like that, chickens, then once one of those sheep explodes, then the next one explodes, and then everything explodes. So you need to have minis of sufficient size here. Not small squads, rather something a little bit bigger and beefier. There we go again. Also, when they keep dropping that polymorph out there, I can just keep dropping more healers. And when I have minis spread out a little bit, that also means that not all of them are going to be caught by the polymorph. It gives you more opportunities. And then defending there a little bit with the Pyromancer. Pyromancer is such a phenomenal mini against the Footmen. It just completely wrecks them. Here come the armored Griffin Riders, so these special Griffin Riders. But we're able to handle those. Those come when you kill the first mini-boss. And the next phase changes will happen once we get the main boss. One of the Thiefcatchers is a little bit bigger than the others. Once we get its health down a little bit. Now, struggling a little bit to keep the base. No, keep the pace, please. It looks like we might. Some polymorphing going on in the middle again. And I just keep adding more healers. Abominations and healers in the middle. My casters on the sides, helping me maintain my towers and mining when I can. There would be a lot to mine. I would have to keep up with the mining a little bit better, I think. I haven't been doing that as well as I could. I'd be very conscious about the middle team, because of course if that team falls, then I will fall as well. So that needs to be kept up. We had Tyrion to tank a little bit, some casters, and we get to mine a little bit again. Should have dropped Dark Iron Miner a couple of times more, I can see from the material here. And now here come the bandits. And that sheer quantity, I mean, that's more than 20 bandits right there. Yes, they come from all the doors, and wow, so many bandits everywhere. And now we got another phase in, and now we have the mines on the floor. They stun and deal damage, but only to ground minis. As you can see, my Chimera is perfectly happy flying over the mines. And here what actually happened is that my death ball died. The combination of all of those mines, some polymorphs, yeah, that ended up killing the death ball. So what I need to do now is I need to push again. I probably want to just push again through the middle because I have now already cleared the mines in the middle. So just trying to defend a little bit on the sides and make another big push from the middle, and the boss doesn't have a lot of health, so it should go down once we get a push in. So here we open up with the Abomination. Now we have Armored Abomination with a Shaman and Tyrion. We're quite well defended, no problems defensively. Just adding a little bit more healing so that they don't get to blow up those sheep. And when they don't get to blow up the sheep, then they don't get the chain reaction going of just sheep blowing up another sheep and then more sheep keep blowing up. So here we go. Actually looks pretty steady right now. I'm losing both of the side towers, but now I have a pretty solid push through the middle. I don't see anything that really threatens that middle push. It's being healed constantly. A lot of healing. There are some of those pyromancers. Come on. Like Abomination, you could kill some pyromancers, you know. More polymorphs again. Now actually something did explode. But Tyrion Shaman still getting something going here, and it's just I should have probably used a Chimera there. Chimera I think would have been really good. Just a little bit of poison and damage. But anyway, Thiefcatchers do fall like this as well. Next up we have Gelbin Mekkatorque, and here I changed my leader a little bit from what I used in the duo because I went with Baron Rivendare. I really felt like those skeletons were quite important in this one because the sheer quantity of bombs that are coming in. Doing this solo I just couldn't use Cenarion as effectively as I would have liked. So I'm trying to do instead with a lot of skeletons. And then obviously still using Death Ball. Otherwise the strategy is the same as with when I'm duoing this. So I'm trying to send my armies to take both towers on the sides, and I'm trying to get the Dark Eye Miners to keep that middle stone for me. Obviously right now you can see there's a bunch of Dark Eye Miners and Kobolds and everything coming at me from the middle. So I haven't succeeded in that yet. But it's not hopeless either. We're getting rid of everything on the right side. The right side is mine. The Huntress, but Huntress facing the core, that's totally fine. Huntress will not beat the core. And now I start to get to mine. I also have a tower and I have a stone, which means that I have more mages that are going to skeleton mages are starting to spawn. Now I got the other tower on the left side, and then we can start shooting at the boss. So in the start, the boss has that shield, and those two chickens are guarding the boss, so as long as the chickens live, the shield is going to last. And once we start killing the chickens, then there's going to be the Ironforge tram is going to arrive, and it's going to bring some bombs to the mix. But that only happens once we start killing the chickens, if I remember correctly. So here we go, we have a bit of a push going in. Some fight happening, which is nice. The Abomination doing a lot of good work. And now the first tram has arrived, and with it all those bombs. So if you are able to shoot the bombs, they don't explode. If they get into contact with your minis, they do explode. You could also drop unbound minis on them, and then they will just explode on those unbound. Whelpecks are particularly good, because then the eggs are destroyed, but the whelps are not. The eggs are destroyed in the explosion, but the whelps survive. However, here, when I'm doing this solo, I didn't have time to do many fancy things. The Abomination is stuck. It's trying to reach the chicken, but it can't. Anyway, chicken dies, and another tram arrives. Huntress being a little bit of a nuisance. But should still be okay in the... Oh, that was a lot of damage from the bombs. Abomination should be able to clear them. Yes, fine. The towers are doing a good job against the Huntresses. Abomination, of course, is also good against the Huntress. Huntress is like the main threat in this one. hunters, and then just the sheer quantity of those bombs and stuff that's going to arrive. But yeah, those hunters can be very, very annoying. I think the witch doctor should be able to delay the hunters just enough, and it is, so we get the tower up and tower can beat the hunters. So we're in a fine position. I would need to mine more. I'm now trying to send a little bit of power from the sides. This boss also does have living bomb. So last two bosses both have living bomb in their army. So there goes a living bomb right there. So I'm trying to distribute my army a little bit, attacking from different angles, so that the living bomb would not be able to deal too much damage. Some people have suggested to me that the Ancient of War would be nice, but I don't think I can really afford it, and eventually it is going to walk to where my army is anyway. And here another tram arrives, and this time tram brings the big bombs. And yeah, that's the big bomb. So I'm trying to destroy the big bombs, and it's not that easy. But Abomination tanked the big bomb right there. That was nice. But meanwhile, we managed to get another phase change, and so another tram. Now also Mekkatorque is donning the mech suit, and together with the suit he healed up to full as well. And also those riflemen are coming now. Those are pretty annoying. Look at them shoot. Zap, 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 zap. They can be really focused, and they can dish out quite a bit of punishment. Also, they have quite a bit of range. As you can see here, the core is just waiting and taking the beating. But we have the Batrider arriving because they don't switch targets once they're committed. So as long as the core was able to tank them for long enough, and it was, then it's all fine. But look at that. Those rays are definitely going in. So we're somewhat stable. The left side looks good. The right side is a little bit questionable, but I think the Pyromancer is able to hold it. And that means that then we can start fighting against the boss in the middle, I hope. Yes, the boss coming in. Trying to get the stone, but now all those footmen prevent me from getting the stone, so we're going to come in from the side after all, and I'm going to fight against the footmen with a Pyromancer. Pyromancer just such a wonderful, wonderful mini against footmen. Ogre Mage would be another one, but it costs a little bit too much, I think. But if you have used footmen in fights where Ogre Mages are against you, because there are so many Ogre Mage maps, then you know that the Ogre Mage, that really dishes some hurt in the footmen. So we're still trying, now we're sending Baron himself out there just to kill that Huntress. I don't want that Huntress to be hitting my base. Should be mining a little bit more. There have definitely been multiple opportunities, lost opportunities to mine in this fight. Now that I look at it in retrospective. But be that as it may, we have stabilized the sides. We have abominations coming from both sides, and we have the stone, and the boss is right at the stone, so we can just drop stuff right at the boss. And if you have ever played with Onu, you know how powerful it is to just drop things right where you need them. Because here we go, just blasting away. Blasting. And the boss is taking so much damage. There are abominations all over the place, and no good place for the boss to living bomb either, because there's stuff just coming from everywhere, and pow, Mekkatorque goes down. And one more time, the boss that I found to be the most difficult one, your mileage may vary, Magni. Because against Magni, the phase changes are quite difficult, and then in the final phase, Magni is going to start throwing hammers right at your base, so it's going to be a race. And I found that a little bit difficult, like I can stabilize from the initial phase change, but then the second phase change, and suddenly stabilization is hard, and then those hammers are coming. And also there's that big fire elemental in the middle, that's going to shoot at your minis from on the sides, and it's going to shoot at your minis in the back when they are fighting against Magni. So That's also something that I would really need to handle, and it keeps respawning as well. So I would need to send stuff through the middle, I would need to take the towers, then once there are phases, then Magni is going to get some of those Ironforge riflemen, and those riflemen or mountaineers, whatever they are, they're stronger than regular mountaineers. They're actually pretty sturdy and they deal a lot of damage. So there's no like wipe mechanic that would instantly destroy everything here, but just the riflemen. Riflemen alone are going to be a problem anyway. There we go. I'm trying to support enough pushes so that I can get all of the towers, hopefully. As well as the middle, but I somehow failed to take the middle. Now I'm wondering, okay, what am I actually going to do? I'm going to send another Drakizat through the mid. And hope that I can defend the side. Here also there's a lot of gold to mine. 3 nodes on both sides. I typically drop the Dark Eye Miner on one side, drop the Kobold on the other side, so that I can just keep mining constantly. Both places. I'm barely able to take that one down, that's good. Should drop the Dark Eye Miner there. I was concerned that I'm going to lose a tower. Sometimes it's a little bit difficult to stabilize here initially, but I think we should now be well on our way. So we have 2 towers ready, 3rd tower is being built, 4th tower is being built. Alright, now I like where we're at. But this is only the beginning, and this is the easiest part. That's basically this part, then there's the first phase change, and then the finale, the final race against Magni. So my plan here is that I want to push just enough to get the first phase change in. Then I want to defend all of the towers, or retake the towers that I cannot defend at least. And then I want to prepare another push, and that push needs to be strong enough that it's going to kill Magni. Because I don't think I can stabilize. I don't think I can stabilize in the final phase. It's a race. And that push needs to just kill Magni. That's the plan. Here we go again. Alright. Looking pretty good. There's quite a lot of time here. Actually, in some of the pulls where I had everything going perfectly, I got to the last phase well before overtime. And I also kind of like going there at the start or in the early phases of overtime, because that helps me to build a bigger push. Then just go from there. I'm sending a lot of these pushes down here so that they go through the middle, so that they will go through the chest and they will pick up that fire elemental that's over there as well. Because as you can see, it's shooting everywhere. Like, do you see? It just keeps shooting. It shoots you in the back, it shoots you in the sides. So now we get the first phase change, and at this point I'm trying to defend the towers. So I had enough gold to defend the right side for the most part anyway. Well, Drakizat and Shaman is going to they're just going to take that right side right back. So then I can focus a little bit on the left side. I hope they will take it back. There are those harpies. Shaman can shoot down harpies. It's just not very good at shooting down harpies. Although it can happen. I should take a look. Okay, Shaman did shoot down all the harpies. And the push from this side is almost over. And I can get a Drakizat push from this side as well. And I can start mining. Alright, right side secured. Left side, the big retake is going in, and then I would need another Drakizat to go through the middle and take out that fire elemental. Now there's the bears that are helping Magni. But before I push to the last phase, I can kill these first bears. I can kill them from both sides, so that's going to be fine. Now I have one Drakizat that wandered towards the fire elemental. Can it be? No, Drakizat lost without a healer. Poor Draki. This time we're sending a healer anyway. Obviously elemental damage not doing a whole lot against that. It's actually possible to solo that with a regen troll as well. But it requires that it's on its on its path and patrolling the southern area of the middle, because otherwise, like, we could see the other troll that I sent there, and troll just ignored it and went away. But now we're approaching overtime, we're mining, and we have good push coming from two sides. There was one living bomb here, but as you can see, the Dragis has survived through the living bomb. And now I'm just trying to drop stuff. Living bomb is gone. We're pushing Magni from two sides. We are going to lose all the towers. There's a strong push coming from Magni from all sides, but we had enough stuff out there, and Magni goes down. Thank you for watching. Click like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and a special thanks to all of my Patreon supporters, YouTube members and Twitch subscribers who make all of these videos possible.